Walk into almost any home, office, or grocery store in America, and you'll find one thing in common: plastic water bottles. They're lightweight, cheap, easy to carry, and seemingly harmless. For decades, bottled water has been marketed as the convenient and safe way to stay hydrated. But in recent years, questions have bubbled up. Do plastic bottles really leach harmful chemicals into our drinks? And if so, should seniors, who already face health vulnerabilities, be especially cautious? This matters because hydration is essential at every age, but particularly in older adulthood. Water keeps joints lubricated, digestion smooth, and body temperature regulated. Dehydration in seniors can quickly lead to dizziness, confusion, or even hospital visits. With hydration being so critical, bottled water often feels like the simplest solution. Yet many older adults, after hearing news stories or social media warnings, now wonder if their everyday plastic bottles might secretly be harming their health. The concern stems from the fact that plastics are made using chemicals that give them strength, flexibility, or transparency. Over time, or under certain conditions like heat, some of these chemicals may migrate into the water inside the bottle. The most famous example is BPA, bisphenol A, once commonly used in water bottles and food containers. Studies showed BPA could mimic estrogen, a hormone in the human body, potentially disrupting endocrine function. This raised alarms about links to problems like hormonal imbalances, fertility issues, and even increased risk of certain cancers. In response, many manufacturers shifted to BPA-free plastics. Labels proudly display this claim, reassuring consumers that the dangerous chemical is no longer present. But here's where the story gets complicated. BPA is not the only chemical in plastics. Alternatives like BPS, bisphenol S, or BPF, bisphenol F, are often used in place of BPA, and some studies suggest they may have similar effects. In other words, replacing one chemical doesn't always guarantee safety. For seniors, this conversation is especially important. As the body ages, organs like the liver and kidneys, responsible for filtering toxins, become less efficient. This means any chemicals consumed, even in small amounts, may linger longer and cause more harm than they would in a younger adult. Seniors are also more vulnerable to conditions linked to hormone disruption, such as bone loss, cardiovascular issues, and certain cancers. So even low levels of chemical exposure that might be tolerated earlier in life could pose higher risks later on. Generalized examples illustrate how this plays out. Many older adults keep a case of bottled water in their car trunk for convenience, not realizing that the heat inside the car can accelerate chemical leaching into the bottles. Others may reuse disposable bottles multiple times, filling and refilling them for days, unaware that scratches and wear can increase the release of chemicals. These are small, everyday habits that seem harmless but may add up over time. Science gives us both reason for caution and reassurance. On one hand, studies have detected trace amounts of BPA and other chemicals in bottled water, particularly when bottles are stored in warm environments. On the other hand, regulatory agencies like the US Food and Drug Administration and the European Food Safety Authority generally consider current exposure levels from bottled water to be low and within safety limits. However, the debate continues because safe levels for younger adults may not necessarily translate to the same safety margin for seniors. This is why the question myth or fact is so important. It's not a simple yes or no. Yes, plastic bottles can release chemicals under certain conditions. But no, that doesn't mean every sip from a plastic bottle is immediately dangerous. The truth lies in the middle, shaped by how bottles are used, stored, and reused. For seniors trying to make sense of it, the key is awareness rather than panic. Understanding the science behind plastic bottles and chemicals empowers people to make better choices. Small steps, like not storing bottles in hot cars, avoiding repeated reuse, and choosing safer alternatives when possible, can dramatically reduce risks. And the good news is, hydration doesn't have to come at the cost of health. In the next section, we'll dive into the first key move, understanding how plastic interacts with water and what everyday habits increase chemical leaching. With this knowledge, seniors can enjoy safe hydration without unnecessary fear, protecting both their health and their independence. The first key move for seniors who want to stay safe while still enjoying the convenience of bottled water is simple. Learn how plastic interacts with water and adjust everyday habits to minimize exposure. Knowing the conditions that cause plastic to release chemicals gives you the power to prevent it from happening in your daily life. To start, it's important to understand that not all plastic is the same. Water bottles are usually made from a type of plastic called PET, polyethylene terephthalate. PET is lightweight, recyclable, and designed for single use. Under normal conditions, when a bottle is kept cool and used once, PET is considered safe. The concern arises when bottles are exposed to heat, sunlight, or repeated use. These conditions break down the plastic surface, making it easier for trace chemicals to migrate into the water. Heat is the biggest factor. Leaving a case of bottled water in the trunk of a car, a garage, or a sunny porch may seem harmless, but temperatures in those environments can climb quickly. Studies have shown that plastic stored in high heat for days releases significantly more chemicals into the water than bottles stored in cool conditions. For seniors who often stock up on bottled water for convenience, this habit could unintentionally increase their exposure. Generalized examples make this clear. Many older adults like to keep bottles handy in the car for errands, road trips, or doctor's appointments. After sitting in the summer sun, those bottles may still look fine, but the heat has already encouraged chemical leaching inside. Others may store bottled water near a kitchen window, where sunlight warms the plastic throughout the day. These small oversights, repeated regularly, create conditions that increase risk. Another issue is reusing disposable bottles. While it's understandable to refill a bottle a few times to save money or reduce waste, disposable PET bottles were never designed for long-term use. Each wash and refill causes microscopic scratches and wear on the plastic, making it easier for chemicals to seep out. Repeated handling can also harbor bacteria in the grooves of the bottle, posing a different kind of health risk. Seniors who refill the same bottle for days or weeks may believe they are being resourceful, but the practice actually carries hidden dangers. The solution isn't to panic or swear off bottled water forever, it's to use it smarter. First, avoid storing bottles in hot places. Keep them in a cool pantry, refrigerator, or shaded area, especially during summer. If bottled water has been sitting in a hot car or outside in the sun, it's safer to discard it rather than drink it. Second, treat disposable bottles as exactly what they are, single-use items. Drink the water, then recycle the bottle. If you prefer refilling, invest in a reusable bottle made of stainless steel or glass, which is designed for repeated use and doesn't leach chemicals the way plastic does. Awareness alone can make a huge difference. Imagine two seniors living in similar conditions. One leaves bottles in the trunk of the car for weeks at a time and refills them repeatedly. The other keeps bottles indoors, uses them once, and switches to a stainless steel bottle for daily refills. Over time, the second person is far less exposed to harmful chemicals, even though both are drinking the same brand of water. The difference comes down to habit, not luck. Science supports this approach. Research shows that when PET bottles are stored at room temperature or in cool conditions, the amount of chemical leaching is minimal and considered safe by health authorities. But when exposed to heat above 80 to 90 degrees Fahrenheit for extended periods, levels rise significantly. By simply avoiding heat and reuse, exposure can be reduced dramatically. There's also peace of mind in taking these precautions. Seniors who learn how to handle bottled water correctly often feel more confident in their choices. Instead of worrying about every sip, they know they're making smart adjustments that protect their health. That confidence reduces anxiety and makes it easier to focus on enjoying hydration rather than fearing it. The first key move, then, is about awareness and prevention. By understanding how heat, sunlight, and repeated use affect plastic bottles, seniors can make small changes that have a big impact. These adjustments don't require extra money, complicated routines, or drastic lifestyle shifts. They simply require mindfulness about where bottles are stored and how they're used. In the next section, we'll explore the second key move, recognizing the alternatives to disposable plastic bottles. From reusable containers to filtered tap water, there are practical, affordable, and eco-friendly solutions that not only reduce chemical exposure but also support overall health and independence. The second key move for staying safe while still enjoying hydration is to recognize the alternatives to disposable plastic bottles and make them part of daily life. While plastic bottles are convenient, they aren't the only option, and in many cases, alternatives are safer, more sustainable, and even more cost-effective. One of the most practical alternatives is the reusable bottle. Reusable bottles made from stainless steel, glass, or high-quality BPA-free plastics are designed for repeated use. Unlike disposable bottles, they don't degrade as quickly, they resist scratches, and they are easier to clean. Stainless steel and glass bottles, in particular, don't leach harmful chemicals, even when exposed to heat or sunlight. For seniors who worry about carrying something heavy, lightweight insulated bottles are widely available, keeping water cold for hours without adding strain. Daily life examples show how this switch makes a difference. Many older adults find that filling a stainless steel or glass bottle at home each morning and carrying it throughout the day eliminates the need to buy multiple disposable bottles. Instead of keeping cases of water in the trunk of the car, a single reusable bottle paired with filtered tap water provides the same convenience without the risks of chemical leaching. Over time, the savings from not purchasing disposable bottles also add up, making this change beneficial both for health and the wallet. Filtered tap water is another valuable alternative. In many US cities, tap water is closely regulated and safe to drink, but concerns about taste or local quality sometimes push people toward bottled water. A good home filtration system, whether it's a simple pitcher filter, a faucet attachment, or a full undersink system, can remove contaminants, improve taste, and give peace of mind. Seniors who switch to filtered tap water often report that it tastes just as good as bottled water, and it removes the hassle of constantly restocking supplies. Generalized examples highlight how accessible this solution can be. Some households keep a water filter pitcher in the refrigerator, making it easy to pour a cold glass whenever needed. Others install a filter directly onto the kitchen faucet, so every drink and meal preparation uses clean, filtered water. For seniors who live with family, this also benefits younger members of the household, creating a healthier environment for everyone. Another option is home delivery services that provide water in large, reusable jugs with a dispenser. These services eliminate the need for disposable bottles entirely. While not necessary for everyone, they can be convenient for seniors who prefer the taste of spring water or who find it easier to manage a large dispenser than to carry cases of small bottles. In addition to reducing chemical exposure, choosing alternatives has a powerful environmental benefit. Plastic bottles contribute heavily to waste and pollution. Even though many are recyclable, a large percentage still end up in landfills or the ocean. Seniors who switch to reusable bottles or filtered tap water often feel good knowing they're reducing waste and leaving a smaller footprint for future generations. This change can also spark a sense of empowerment. Rather than feeling dependent on disposable products that may carry hidden risks, seniors who take control of their hydration choices gain confidence. Carrying a sleek stainless steel or glass bottle can even feel like a small badge of independence, proof that they're making smart, proactive decisions for their health and lifestyle. Of course, convenience remains important. Many seniors worry that alternatives may be too complicated or costly. But the reality is that most reusable bottles cost less than a single month's worth of disposable bottled water. Filters are affordable and easy to install, with pitcher systems requiring only occasional cartridge replacements. Over time, the savings are significant, while the health benefits are immediate. The message is clear. Disposable plastic bottles may have their place in emergencies or when traveling, but they don't need to be the default. By choosing alternatives like reusable bottles, filtered tap water, or delivery systems, seniors can stay hydrated safely and confidently. These choices reduce exposure to harmful chemicals, save money, and protect the environment, all while making daily routine simpler. In the next section, we'll explore the third key move, combining smart hydration habits with long-term health strategies. By pairing safer water choices with consistent routines, seniors can enjoy not only hydration but also the strength, independence, and vitality that come from truly taking care of their bodies. The third key move in protecting health while staying hydrated is to build consistent habits that combine safe hydration with long-term wellness. It's not enough to simply avoid heat exposure for bottles or buy a reusable container once. True protection comes from turning these small steps into a lifestyle, one that prioritizes both hydration and overall resilience. Hydration is the foundation of many aspects of health, especially in older adulthood. Water supports digestion, keeps joints flexible, regulates body temperature, and carries nutrients throughout the body. When hydration is paired with safe choices, such as avoiding overheated plastic bottles, switching to reusable containers, or filtering tap water, the benefits multiply. Each sip then not only quenches thirst but also protects long-term well-being. Consistency is the secret ingredient. Many seniors begin by making one change, like buying a stainless steel bottle, but then fall back into old habits when it feels easier to grab a disposable bottle at the store. The goal is to create a rhythm, refilling the same bottle each morning, keeping filtered water cold and ready, and recycling disposables properly when they are used. Over time, these habits become second nature, removing the worry about chemical exposure and replacing it with confidence. Generalized daily life examples show how this plays out. A senior who leaves bottles in a hot car may worry about safety with every sip, but one who builds the habit of carrying a reusable insulated bottle filled at home never has to wonder if chemicals are lurking in their drink. Another who keeps a water filter pitcher in the fridge can pour a fresh glass anytime, avoiding the frustration of running out of bottled water. These small routines don't just protect health, they make hydration easier and more enjoyable. Pairing hydration with broader health strategies makes the impact even stronger. Drinking enough safe water supports energy levels, making it easier to stay active with walking, gardening, or light exercise. That movement, in turn, improves muscle strength and balance, reducing the risk of falls. Proper hydration also supports clearer thinking, sharper memory, and steadier moods, benefits that can transform daily life for seniors. What begins as a simple choice about bottles grows into a cornerstone of independence. Another piece of this final move is mindset. Too often, seniors are made to feel powerless in the face of aging or environmental risks. But when you take control of something as basic and essential as hydration, it creates a ripple effect of empowerment. Every time you choose a safe, healthy option, whether it's refilling your reusable bottle, pouring filtered water, or discarding a bottle left in the heat, you're sending yourself the message: I can protect my health, I can make strong choices, I am in control. This mindset shift is powerful. It reframes hydration from a source of worry into a source of strength. Instead of asking, "Is my bottle safe?" the question becomes, "What simple step can I take today to stay strong?" Over time, this way of thinking builds confidence and reduces anxiety, helping seniors focus less on fear and more on living fully. It's also worth remembering that these changes benefit more than just the individual. By choosing safer hydration options, seniors also contribute to a healthier environment. Every reusable bottle reduces plastic waste, protecting communities and future generations. Many older adults find deep satisfaction in knowing that their small daily choices are part of a bigger effort to leave the world better than they found it. The inspiring truth is this: staying hydrated safely doesn't require expensive equipment, complicated routines, or constant worry. It requires only awareness, consistency, and a willingness to adapt. When combined, these create a shield of protection around health, supporting the body, strengthening independence, and building resilience against the challenges of aging. Imagine the peace of mind that comes with knowing every glass of water you drink is safe, refreshing, and strengthening. No more second-guessing whether your bottle sat too long in the sun. No more wondering about hidden chemicals. Just pure hydration supporting your muscles, your bones, your memory, and your independence. The myth versus fact debate over plastic bottles often leaves people confused or fearful. But with the right steps, the confusion clears. Yes, plastic can release chemicals under certain conditions, but no, you don't have to live in constant fear of it. By being mindful, choosing alternatives, and building consistent habits, seniors can drink water with confidence and enjoy the freedom that comes from strength and safety. Your body has carried you through a lifetime of experiences. It deserves water that nourishes without compromise. By making hydration safe, consistent, and empowering, you're not just quenching thirst, you're fueling independence, vitality, and peace of mind for the years ahead.